Filipino food, of course, that's what we're really looking forward to. What you have to say about Filipino food? How would you describe our cuisine?
I think it's a work in progress as far as how to describe it. I think Americans and American palates are just now starting to become seriously interested and embrace and investigate and learn. I think certain Filipino dishes are more likely to take root and take hold more quickly than others. And I think, the brightest, best hope for a representational, advanced team. I think Sisig is perfectly positioned to win the hearts and minds of the world as a whole.
And the reason for that is? What is it about Sisig that you're saying it's the number one? Is it the number one food, you think? Number one Filipino food?
Well, certainly not statistically, but I think it's the most likely to convince people abroad who have had no exposure to Filipino food to maybe look further and investigate further beyond Sisig. I think that's the one that's going to hook them.
What was in Anthony Bourdain that seemed to love Sisig?
It's hot, sizzling, crispy, sticky, delicious bits of pork with many textures. Goes really, really well with beer. It's casual. It's accessible. It's exactly what you need after a few beers, and that's a perfect food.
And it's cheap.
That helps.
Aside from Sisig, what's the second food that you really love?
Look, I love lechon, of course, okay. but that's easy. Everybody loves lechon. Anywhere in the world. Adobo, a good adobo, sinigang. These are all,
So the Bourdain market, is this going to finally open in 2019?
We hope. We're going to try real hard to make that happen.
So what kind is Sisig for sure going to make it?
That's a necessity. I think that's absolutely got to have it.
Okay, here's the question. If Sisig costs $1 here in the Philippines, or maybe even $2, how much are you going to sell it in New York?
Look, I don't know, but by the New York equivalent of what it costs here, affordable. Shockingly affordable. It would have to be. So certainly under $10.
Okay.
Which is cheap for a meal. A sandwich is going to be $8.95 in New York. An egg salad sandwich is $8.95.
Right.
Somewhere in that zone.
But how would you, if anyone asked you, how would you justify that a $2 sisig in the Philippines and a $10 sisig in New York?
Well, the cost of living is extravagantly higher. The real estate itself, the food, the raw ingredients, the taxes, the labor costs alone. People have to get paid, and they have to be paid a minimum wage, which is also, thankfully, much higher.
Aside from Sisig, what else?